Hey, Evan Hildebrand here from Art Love Life, and I just wanted to come to you today because I've been thinking about a lot of things lately about art and reasons why we make art. And last night I was out with a lot of good friends of ours at a place that's right downstairs from my studio called the Hearth Lounge. And it's a really cool place where they have live jazz music, no TV, so it's a really great place for conversation and a very artistic atmosphere that gets your creative juices flowing. So while we were there talking to some of the friends that were there who are also artists, one of the friends came up and said, I really want to make art for my audience. I really consider my audience when I'm making art, and I want to use my work to, change them or enlighten them. And one of the things that came up in my mind was, well, you never really know where your audience is. So, the world is a big place and there's a lot of people, and to make work for your audience, you really would have to consider a lot of different things. So, because different places where everyone's at a different place in life. So my answer to that is I try not to make work for the audience. I hope that the audience likes it. I hope that you all like my work. But ultimately, I use my art to express myself through a nonverbal form of communication that brings enlightenment to myself, if that makes sense. So I make the work for myself to understand things from a nonverbal perspective. And I think that is the gift that we've been given from art, is that people go to school and you read a book, or some people learn through playing music. Art is just another tool for us to learn. And so when I approach my work, this is a new piece here behind me that I'm working on, just starting out. I approach it from a point of view that I'm going to get some sort of maybe spiritual guidance from the physical act of making work, or I'm going to ponder some sort of subject that I've been thinking about. It could be big things like thinking about God, or it could be small things about just thinking about things in my life. But I feel like the physical act of making this work helps me to understand these aspects of life that maybe are nonverbal. I mean, love. How do you can describe, I think, love through the written word. That's just one way to describe it, but you can also describe it through making art in a non-verbal way. There are just things, feelings you have that you can't just put your finger on sometimes. So I think that for me, I try to make this work. I always try to put a positive message. I just don't want to put negativity into the work. But I feel like to make it for an audience, for me personally, it would be too much for me to handle. And so I feel like for myself, I want to just learn from it. I want to put and understand things for myself through the making of art. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. It's a good question to ask yourself, why am I making art? So just ask yourself the question, what drives you to make art? What is it that is inside you that is like, I have to make this work for whatever reason? I think that the driving factor for me is that I feel like there are answers that come from it that I can't get through reading a book or studying a subject. It has to come through the physical hands-on making of work. So I just wanted to share that sort of thing. There's a lot of questions out there that I think that we have to ask ourselves, and I hope that I'll be able to shed some light. Hopefully you can glean something from this and shed some more light on why is art such a necessity in life for some of us. And so that's just something I wanted to share with you today. We had a great conversation last night. So if you like what you hear here, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and we'll talk to you again soon. See ya.